Howdy doody everybody, I hope you are doing great. In today's video, we're talking about Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and I have Paradise here with me. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, good to be back. Excited to talk about Monster Hunter as well. Feel like it's been a little while.
It has been a little bit while, and that's why we are making this video, because there's been like 2 streams about it and like a bunch of content that's dropped, and we haven't really spoke about anything that's really happened since. So we're going to go through everything that we know about Monster Hunter Sunbreak today, and you guys can join in and tell us what you're excited about, and leave a like on the video if you like the sound of that, because we're going to go through all the details that we have, even though there's enough but not too much out there. They've been teasing us a little bit, so let's get into it. So the first thing, Paradise, that we're going to be talking about today is the fact that they call it a massive expansion. What do you think that's going to like mean for the actual game?
It's a really interesting choice of words because you don't exactly temper expectations when you're like massive expansion. You know? Like, that's their own
That's
words.
huge. It's not even huge. It's massive. It's like one like bigger than that.
I really don't
nuts.
know exactly what that means because here's my question to you, T6. Would you consider base Rise as a massive amount of content? In which case, if it is, then I would expect the same amount of content again. And if you think a lot of people are like, oh, the endgame wasn't there, the roadmap wasn't there, and they might not think it's massive, then that would suggest that this expansion is even bigger than base Rise. And so I really don't know. I would say Iceborne was a pretty massive expansion for World. So for me, I would expect maybe like Iceborne size sort of amount of stuff.
Yeah, like it's weird wording for them to use it, and it definitely sets up expectations to be disappointed again. Like they love doing this. It's like massive, almost seems like it's going to be bigger than the original, right? It's like, whoa, that plus like the main roster plus like another X amount of monsters or whatever. But I know that is delusional, so it's probably going to be about the same amount, right? Because that's what Iceborne basically did. It just doubled up the roster essentially in terms of the monsters that we're actually going to get as well. So yeah, that's interesting. And the next point is, we know it's a simple one, and it kind of is what it says on the tin basically, but it's bringing master rank. They have G rank is dead, Paradise. How do you feel about that? Do you prefer G rank?
I don't care. I don't care what they call it, as long as we have that like next level of difficulty. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe the OGs are gonna be like, oh, G rank forever, but master rank, G rank, whatever it is, I'm happy that it's here. You know. There's only so much like high rank that you can. If you've played past Monster Hunter games, there's only so much that you'd be like willing to put into high rank because you know that G rank's going to be there. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. So with like master rank coming in as well, that also means that there's going to be like new armor and stuff as well. So that's always exciting when they do it. And the master rank armor always looks like banging. So I'm super like looking forward to the new like armor sets as well.
Massive point. The Rise armor sets are so limited. So I really hope, like, I don't know if you loaded up like World Iceborne in like the last few months or just the last time you checked in, but I checked in a little while ago and I just remember my armor set was like more than a page of skills because of just the crazy amount of stuff you can get on that like master rank like level sets and things. So I'm really excited to make broken level sets. Like that's what.
Yeah, some people like that. Some people don't like that though. That fact that you can get like too many skills. I know people are rarely like. That's a controversial point for some people, but I kind of like it both ways, right?
I love theory crafting, like the most insane set that you've ever seen. That's got max attack boost, max crit boost, crit chance, like all the crazy stuff on it. For me, that's when things start to get really fun and when you really like want to push the grind. I think talismans. The point of talismans, decorations, like there was always a chase, right? So it will never be perfect unless you get like a god roll or get really lucky with like your talisman.
Yeah. And let's talk about how you actually get access to the content. So you, after completing the main campaign, if you haven't already, it isn't too long, then you're going to be able to jump in and go to this brand new land as well. So Paradise, have you completed the campaign of Rise?
let me think about that for a sec. Yeah. I'm excited. I think you'll get to it later on, but I really liked the theme of Rise being that like really like, at least Kimura Village being like the nice colors, like the Japanese sort of I don't feudal Japanese style. I'm not sure what the word is.
I don't know what the actual word
You know, with the
is,
nice
yeah.
ink loading screens.
Yeah.
I loved that, and obviously we'll talk about it later. But it's a bit of a theme change, so I'm really interested to see what the new stuff will look like. You know.
Exactly. Then we have the reveal of the flagship monster, which is Malzeno? 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 I think that's how you say it. Malzeno. This is a Elder Dragon. It looks cool. Really reminds me of Elder Garen. Like, the kind of animation style and all of that stuff looks like a dragon version of Elder Garen. They must have most probably saw how much people like really resonated with Elder Garen, and like, I don't know. Top 10 monster.
Definitely.
Top 10 monster.
I want to see his moves. I mean, it looks really cool. I feel like it's got to have equally as cool, like, moves, or, you know how some monsters go into, like, crazy modes and stuff like that, like in rages and stuff? I hope that it is equally as, like, menacing in the fight.
Yeah, hopefully. So it seems like what they've been talking about, this is going to be, like, more of a, I don't know, vampiric type Gothic themed game as well. So maybe this might feature into that monster, and the monster might have like themes around that when it goes into its enraged set state as well. So it'll be interesting.
I want that
to see if they
100%. I know that you like Castlevania. I like Castlevania. I'm more of a more recent Castlevania fan, especially with the Netflix anime. So if we can get some crazy like vampire stuff, that could be really cool. Has that really been done in Monster Hunter before, like crazy vampire stuff?
I don't know. Chat will let us know. They know all the roster and everything, and all the Frontier games, because I've seen some people uploading the craziest monsters from like Frontier as well. So it's nuts seeing all of this like content that I haven't even seen. If you guys know of any crazy monsters, then put them down in the comment section below. Maybe we might even do like a little reaction video, just like. We'll get somebody to create the video for us, and we'll react to the craziest monsters or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool, right?
Love that. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Then talking about monsters again, we have Shogun Senator. The crabs are back. We have crabs in Monster Hunter Sunbreak. How do you feel about that?
You know what? For a brief second, when they first showed like the reveal of Shogun,
don't say it, please.
I thought we were getting Celtus.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something, another monster that I've been championing.
No, I thought that for a brief moment I was like, we're gonna get Celtus like Queen and whatnot back, and obviously not. Which I mean, I like that. I hated fighting them, but I like the idea of like the insect huge monsters. So you know, I guess a crab is kind of like a bit of a sea insect in a way. So halfway there.
I just like the crabs because they walk sideways and just mess you up. Like, you'll just be fighting them one time, like, and they'll just like do a jab at you, and then next they'll just like moonwalk out of it. And I just love that kind of animation. And with that, it's a brand new skeleton, so I don't know if we're gonna get like additional crab monsters or whatever in there. So that's just cool. This is cool. It just means that's in the new engine, essentially.
What was the monster that you thought that it might have been?
Why are you going to make me say this? Gore Magala. Everyone was like, it's gonna be Gore. It's gonna be Gore. I was getting all excited. It's like, oh yeah, vampires, like frenzy and stuff, and everyone's getting excited and whatever, and then it comes down and it's just like Shogun Senator. That's why I didn't make a video on this for like the longest while, because I was so disappointed.
You know what? That is so funny, because like Gore Magala's like S tier, like up there, and then like Shogun Senator's like B tier, maybe A tier if you love.
It's still a good monster. It's still a good monster, but it just shows how much like hype I have for Gore coming in, and hopefully it does drop. If we can dial back actually from the monsters and just talk about the Gothic theme, because it doesn't just affect the monsters, it's also the world, right? So we, like you said earlier, we had like this Japanese like feudal Japan, old school Japanese look to it. Now it looks like we're getting like castles and ye olde Britain,
like with the ruins.
I know you love
ruins.
Yeah.
I love castles. I love medieval like European themes and stuff like that. Maybe like the Joan of Arc sort of stuff. I'm really excited. It's gonna be so different from Kimura Village and that stuff, but I'm really excited to see it. it could be really cool. And you know what? I'm even more excited for the weapon and armor sets that could come with these themes, like like the vampire, like for Malzeno, or
werewolves.
Like, yo, I'm not even gonna lie. Werewolves have always been cool to me. I just I don't want to get too hyped. Like you with Gore Magala 2.6. I don't want to get too hyped because I don't want to be let down. But I'm very excited to see what could happen. I want there to be some really cool armor sets and weapons. And as far as the maps go, like we've obviously seen that ruin area, but I'm hoping that there'll be more areas with that theme, like the scary like vampire theme, like the Castlevania look, where everything's like the blood moon and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And then we've got like 2 more points to go over, and this is a big one. We're gonna get brand new hunting actions to go into the game as well. So hunting actions, those are your silkbind skills and just like your additional skills that Rise has basically brought into the game as well. So hunting actions, which weapon do you hope gets a brand new hunting action?
It'd be nice if the bow got like a really overpowered one.
Again.
No, no, I think I really would like Switch Axe to get a little bit more love, maybe more like thematically like Switch Axe focused stuff, because there also does some okay. There was like one really cool one, and that was about it for Switch Axe. As a traditional Switch Axe main, I would like a little bit more Switch Axe love. But other than, like, I don't really know what they're going to add in, because I feel like certain weapons got like the good treatment in base Rise. Yeah. So are they just going to like, are they going to boost the other weapons up more? Like, what balance changes are going to happen? Because we all know that certain weapons were like uber performing very powerfully. Is it going to mix it up, or is it just going to be like they get even more uber crazy powerful stuff, you know?
True. I definitely feel like the heavy bowgun could benefit from additional like hunting actions as well, because it was okay, but I remember in like Generations they had like a madness going on with the hunting arts there for like heavy bowgun, so it would be nice to see that introduced into Sunbreak as well. And then the last point is when we can actually look forward to this game dropping, and this is next year summer. I was expecting it a bit earlier, but summer 22 is not too far away, so yeah. What do you think of that release date?
You know what, I would have liked it to
actually
be
guess the date that is going to be dropping, which they said summer, so summer's like May, June, July time. Which month do you feel like it's going to be dropping in? Like, you got 3 to
probably July. I feel like I would go conservative and like think that it's going to take longer, but I want it to be even sooner than that, because I think like a lot of people have already expressed on like social media and even in our videos, there isn't a tremendous amount of content to keep you playing every single day in Rise right now. Like even the event quests are you jump back in for a day, do them, and then you're kind of done. So I think a lot of people are thirsty for that good Rise fresh new content, and I would like it to come sooner than later. But that being said, I am more than willing to wait as long as the experience that we get is really good and not like a half-baked, buggy, or whatever thing that's like other games. I think Monster Hunter's usually done good with it, but in other games, you know how like they don't delay and then you end up with like problems. I don't want to encounter that.
It's always funny though, like people in Monster Hunter don't realize like how polished the Monster Hunter games actually are, and then when they see like a bug that's like not like a massive bug, not like a game-breaking bug or something that will lose your save file. I think actually a few people did have a issue where like they lost their save file in this one in particular, but usually in Monster Hunter games, they're not really broken. So you see people like almost like get furious about a small thing. They'll be like, "This has been mistranslated, and there should be an A here, but there is no A. This is the Capcom." Trash.
I feel like those people must have never played an MMO at launch. Like this is the most terrible like experience ever normally when MMOs launch. So a few things are forgivable. I will say I think Rise was probably one of the lesser well handled like launches.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, like I feel like, and I hate defending like things when they go wrong like that, but the whole world situation with like the virus and everything, I feel like stuff like that's gonna happen, you know. So their track record's pretty good before that, so it's a shame about Rise, but what can you do?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that was everything that we know about Monster Hunter Sunbreak at the moment. I thought we would just go over there and discuss our points, because I know a load of you guys out there want our opinion on this and all of this stuff that has come out. And I just looked over the videos that I'd done, and I hadn't done any on like all of Monster Hunter Sunbreak. So this is definitely something that I thought I would do to kind of make sure that you guys knew what we thought of the whole thing. And if you've made it to the end of the video, then our keyword for today is
massive.
Massive. It's massive. There you go. It is massive. So make sure that you let me know that you've made it to the end of the video and you're an absolute chonker, brilliant, amazing person by saying massive in the chat. Just be like, I'm a massive chonker of a I don't know what to say. Massive. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys on the next videos as well.
Bye-bye.
Cool. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget you can subscribe so you don't miss another video.